Utter domination from the Edmonton Oilers in Game 5 leads to a 6-3 victory for the Oilers on home ice as they head to Game number 6 with a potential chance to end the series 4-2. We're going to get into the recap today of Game number 5, but before we do, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. If you want to help the channel out, get this video out, it does help with the algorithm, but wasting no time getting right into it, guys. The Edmonton Oilers, I thought, pretty much dominated from start to finish. It was a pretty back and forth first period, but the Oilers looked really good. Kings kind of tailed off as the game wore on, but the Oilers kept the foot on the gas. Not a whole lot of shots in this game, but the top dogs are showing up for the Edmonton Oilers, and the top dogs, I'd say, for the Kings are kind of being a little quiet and really unnoticeable, at least in this game today, which I think proves to be the point in this one. At the end of the day, the only stat that matters is the score, but you can tell that there was just something off with the Kings today. Couldn't really tell what it was. Again, they still got the goal scoring done in the first period, but they just couldn't sustain that throughout the entire game. Looking at total team stats, shots on goal pretty even, 28-27 in favor of the Kings. Face-off percentage, 57% in favor of the Oilers. 0 for 1 on the power play for the Kings, 2 for 3 for the Oilers, and we know how good their power play is, just absolutely lethal, and you can't be taking penalties in these playoffs. And I know it's tough because the referees have not been the best, but if you put the Oilers on the power play, they're going to make you pay in that respect. Looking at hits, 49-42 in favor of the Oilers, blocks 16-8 in favor of the Oilers, and giveaways 12-10 in favor of the Kings, only giving it away 10 times. Again, looking at the breakdown of goals, you can see here 2-0 for the Oilers, then it was 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, and then the Oilers didn't look back from there. They ended up going 5-2 after the second, and then eventually the 6-3 W. Looking at individual stats, Kempe had a decent game. He looked very lively, I thought, out of all the Kings tonight. Him, Iafallo, as well as Byfield, I thought looked pretty decent tonight. Overall, just looking at the Kings, nobody -2 on the forwards or defense. I know Drew Doughty didn't have his best game, but obviously I don't think he had his worst game. He was kind of taking a beating and was out there for 25-24 worth of ice time. I thought Arvidsson, after his last couple game performances, was pretty quiet, so he might need to step it up in game number 6 if they want a chance to send it to a 7th game back in Edmonton. Velarde, I think, needs to step it up a little bit more, and obviously it starts with the captain. Anze Kopitar, only 1 assist today, only had 16:03 worth of ice time. I think you need to get him out there a little bit more. I know Deneau is out there trying to shut down McDavid and Draisaitl, but as we know, those guys are absolutely red-hot fire right now. So it'll be interesting to see what the Kings do adjustment-wise with their skaters in the next game. Now, when it comes to goaltending, it's going to be a tough call. Korpisalo didn't look good at all tonight. 15 out of 19 stopped for a 7.89 save percentage. They put in Copley, and I mean, he did the best of what he could. He wasn't really warm. Stopped 6 of 8 for a 7.50 save percentage. So who they go with in the next game, I'm assuming they'll go to Korpisalo. I don't think they'll go to Copley unless they want to really put a jolt to the team, and if they feel confident with him between the pipes, maybe that does spark them to get it to a 7th game. But I think you ride with the guy that's been taking you so far in this series, Korpisalo, if you're the Kings. Now, looking at the Oilers, it's kind of a point fest all over. Draisaitl, only 1 goal, was a -1 on the day. Bukestad had 2 goals on the day, so scoring from depth. Vander Kane getting his 3rd of the playoffs. McDavid 2 assists on the day, but he was a -2, so he needs to kind of shore up that defensive side of his play because he's on the ice a lot. He was on for 1947, Draisaitl out there for 2138, and Draisaitl was also a -1. Hyman getting a goal off of his face, deflected off of his face after, thankfully, a flubbed shot from Bouchard from the point, who got an assist on the play. Ekholm and Nurse, I thought, had some pretty decent bounce back games, especially for Nurse. He did not look very good in the past couple of games, and I thought he turned it around in this one. Had 5 hits, 5 blocks, 2 giveaways, and 1 takeaway for 21:02 worth of ice time. Kulak getting in there with his first goal of the playoffs. I think it's his first ever NHL playoff goal in general. And then between the pipes, I thought Skinner played pretty decent tonight. I know the defense wasn't really helping him out there in the first period, but as the game wore on, I thought he played very solid, stopping 25-28 for 9.893 save percentage. And I was kind of surprised they actually went with him tonight. Obviously, it was the right decision, and you definitely stick with him going back to LA for game number 6. Now, my prediction moving forward for game number 6 is the Oilers get it done. The Kings don't have an answer for Draisaitl or McDavid. I think if they are also able to shore things up on the defensive side of things, that the Oilers will win. I'd say a very tough game against the Kings. It's a very hostile environment there in LA. I expect a game like 4-2 or 5-3 with an empty net for the Oilers. So we'll go with a 5-3 win for the Oilers in game number 6 to win the series is my prediction. And big games again from Draisaitl and McDavid. So should be fun to watch. Really excited, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about game number 5, your thoughts as well as predictions moving forward to game number 6, X factors, and anything else you guys want to bring up down below in the comments. Always do enjoy chatting with you guys. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, be sure to drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. But I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.